Zivilisten verboten?
Excuse me, old chap, can you tell me if the night train to Basel is running on time tonight?
Nur für Militär.
Can't you speak English?
Bringen Sie beiden weg.
Fellow doesn't speak English.
Well, it's typical.
They've got them in important-looking uniforms, and they can't even answer simple questions.
Der nächste Zug für Zivilisten geht morgen.
No train till tomorrow.
No train? We have reserved seats, my dear fellow. Well, what do you suggest we do, Charters?
I suppose you better find a hotel and some good food.
I suppose we better. You know, the ill manners and the inefficiency of this race is absolutely abominable.
Couldn't run a whelk stall. Hotel.
Okay.
Hotel. Yes?
Okay.
Bitte, Müller.
Hotel.
Okay.
Schauen Sie, dass das alles schnell weitergeht.
Bring the bags, will you? Think that's going on all night?
I sincerely hope not.
Good evening. I'd like a room for two with a private bath, please.
Facing the masters.
And a separate house of father, if you've got one.
I'm sorry, gentlemen, there are no rooms left.
No rooms?
It's impossible.
The hotel is full. The trains are disrupted by military movements. You're welcome, of course, if you want to sleep on the sofas in the upstairs lounge.
Sleep on the sofas?
In the lounge?
Where are we going to change for dinner? You know, slip into the old soup and fish. I don't think this chap understands at all.
Perhaps they don't dress for dinner in Bavaria.
Don't dress him, but this is no time to be funny.
Excuse me. Can you tell me if the night train to Bâle is still delayed?
The night train will leave promptly at noon tomorrow, madam.
Oh, how very unfortunate.
Third-rate country, what can you expect?
Typical.
Wrong year. We'll have to send her back.
Go on, Amanda. Flash on regardless.
Do you suppose they're some of the bright young things we read so much about in the press?
Doesn't seem to me they're so very bright. Nor, may I say, so very young.
Everything all right, gentlemen?
Who are they? Not British, I hope. Probably Americans.
With one of her world-famous imitations.
Aber ihr seid Hoppenschmerz, ihr seid Schmerz. Nein, Wienerschnitzel! Ein Lied von mir! Ein
Excuse me, will you let me through? I'm a doctor.
She looks very uncomfortable. Perhaps I should loosen her clothing.
No, that won't be necessary. You might have a slight headache for a day or two. Now, you need a good night's rest and no more to drink.
Hello.
Hello.
The bus for the station leaves in 15 minutes.
I see. There's a train here leaves Bow at 21:20. 20
It's 20 past 9, that's no good. No, there's nothing later than last month. I don't suppose there's such a thing as a wireless set hereabouts.
Awful to be left in the dark like this, you know, Collicott. Our communications cut off at a time of crisis. Last news from home was grim. England on the brink.
Newspaper sensationalism. The old country's been in some tight spots before, you know.
London? Mr. Salter's called to London? Yes, hold on, please. I'll get him at once. Mr. Salter! Mr. Salter! Mr. Salter!
Go on, Brisket. Go on, go on.
Hello. I say, you in London? No, this isn't Salter. No. Name's Charters. I don't suppose you know me. We've sent for Salter. I say, what's happening to England? Blowing a gale? Oh, no. No, you don't follow me at all, sir. I'm inquiring about the test match. Cricket, sir, cricket. You can't be in England and not know the test score. Fellow says he doesn't know. Silly ass. Hello, hi there. I say, could you find out for us? Oh, nonsense. Only take a minute. Huh? Oh, very well. If you won't, you won't. Wasting my time. Fellow's an ignoramus.
Let's get on the back of the bus, shall we, before someone recognizes me.
No, darling, don't worry. No one here knows who you are.
Well, they might, so get on. Would you please go on, darling, quickly, quickly.
Bus for the station leaves in 8 minutes.
Good God. Typical.
Good morning, Mrs. Kelly. You're looking very well, very fit.
Actually, I feel fit. Very fit indeed. Madly fit.
Would you like to sit down?
Thank you. Maybe I will. Just for a minute.
Where are your friends?
I don't know, sleeping, I guess. They're staying on another week. I have to leave for London today, getting married on Friday.
Getting married, isn't that nice? Congratulations.
I've been married before, of course, several times.
I know.
Did I make an unholy spectacle of myself last night?
You could say that, I guess.
You were present,
I was.
and you didn't think it was funny either.
To tell you the God's honest truth, I thought it was the most amazing exhibition of sheer dumbness I have ever seen in my life. This whole continent is going to explode in about 20 minutes, and what I think would be really dumb is if it was all triggered off by a madcap American heiress.
Much married madcap American heiress is how I am usually referred to in the press. Do I know you? Have we met?
Robert Condon, photographer for Life magazine.
Oh, Life magazine, how amusing. They covered my coming out party at the plaza. You weren't one of those little cameramen trying to snap pictures in the ladies' room, were you?
I'm sorry to say I was unable to attend. I was being kicked out of Spain at the time.
How impressive.
Last call! The bus for the station is leaving immediately. You should hurry, madam.
God, oh God, I hope that maid's finished packing. I must go and see.
Mrs. Kelly?
Yes?
It's none of my business, but are you planning to go to London like that?
Oh, there! Oh, I can change it on the train.
Miss Kelly! The bus for the station is leaving immediately. You must come now. Miss Kelly, we can't wait. Or we miss the train. Miss Kelly, please.
Happens in the luggage on to Mrs. Amanda Metcalf Medvani von Hofstetter Kelly. No, make that lady Amanda Ogilvy Gore. You know how they carry on when they hear a timely Claridge's. Or is it the cart?
What is the meaning, Miss Kelly? You will lose it.
Fräulein Foy?
Yes?
You are Fräulein Foy?
Yes.
I have here your ticket.
Oh. Oh, but this is for a reserved seat. How very thoughtful of them. Thank you. Thank you very much.
If my calculations are correct, if this train's on time at Basle, we could still catch the last day of the match.
Just hope the weather's like this at the Oval, that's all.
Oh, the porter is putting the baggage on train for you.
Oh, thank you very much.
I'd like to have my hat case, please.
Let me carry that.
Oh, thank you, sir.
God, this place is teeming with British.
Sie müssen sich beeilen, der Zug fährt ab.
Will passengers for Switzerland please board the train now standing at the platform? It will stop at Innsbruck, Brigent, Mühlenbach, St. Gallen, and Basel. Please close the doors and the train is now leaving.
Oh,
Excuse me, this is the compartment of the Baroness von Kisling. All seats are reserved.
Why don't you just dry up and blow away?
I believe this is my seat.
Here, let me take this.
Oh, that's all right. I'll just fold it up and pop it up there on the rack.
Thank you so much.
Darf ich Ihnen helfen?
Oh nein, vielen Dank. Das schaffe ich schon allein.
Bitte.
Machen Sie schon. Mensch, wir brauchen Sie.
Wo ist diese Person jetzt?
Unterwegs zum Bahnhof.
Can I do anything to help? You look as if you've been playing in the coal bin.
Don't tell me I still have.
Why don't we go and see if the dining car is open? A nice cup of tea will help to settle your poor tummy. And on the way, we'll stop in the washroom and wash it off.
By all means.
I said to them, don't you play in the coal bin anymore. Really clumsy.
That's quite all right. I was just waiting for the waiter to bring some drinks for us.
Well, if I see him, shall I send him back?
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
What a handsome couple. She reminds me of an actress.
You know, there are more English people on this train than there are in Piccadilly Circus.
Oh, darling, I do think you're developing a persecution complex. But our stay in the hotel was a nightmare. skulking in the corridors. Dinner in our
Yes,
room.
well, darling, I am not exactly unknown.
And last night we missed all the fun. Apparently, that American girl did an imitation of Hitler.
No, really? Oh, lovely.
I
That
wish
must
we'd
have
been there. I could have done my Mussolini. I do a splendid Mussolini. Darling, do stop worrying. I promise you, that poor lady has no idea who you are.
Well, my darling, it is better to be safe than to be sorry, isn't it? And isn't it rather nicer to be alone?
Wollen Sie hier Platz nehmen?
They're very friendly, really, the Germans, once you get used to their manner. Of course, I've spent 4 years here.
Guten Tag.
I think I'll have a nice cup of tea. What would you like, tea? Or would you like some nice warm bovril?
Whiskey. A large whiskey and soda, please.
Whiskey and soda?
Large.
And a pot of tea.
Yeah, just one moment, please. Would you mind using this? Herriman's Herbal, as drunk by 1 million Mexicans. A soothing compound guaranteed to settle the stomach and soothe the nerves. Are you sure you won't try some?
I've never been more sure of anything in my life.
Well, it's your tummy. You know what to put into it. Oh, just one moment. Ginger snaps. Would you pop these onto a plate, please? Oh, and be sure that the hot water is really boiling for the tea.
Certainly, madam.
Yes. I don't suppose it's really drunk by 1 million Mexicans, but it does make a lovely cup of tea. By the way, my name is Freud.
Did you say Freud?
No, Freud, not Freud. Freud.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
Freud rhymes with joy.
Oh, Freud! Freud!
I'm a children's governess and music teacher. I've just spent an unforgettable 4 years here in Bavaria. And now I'm going back to England. To Brighton, really, that's where my home is. Well, Hove, actually, it's just down the coast a bit. I work for General von Ryder.
Very attractive.
Oh, he's such a fine man. And such dear children. Oh, I hated leaving them. But with things the way they are, it seemed best for me to be off home. Shame, isn't it, really? We had such lovely times together at the castle. 24 in service, plus 5 gardeners.
Really?
Had a lovely room. Would you like to see a picture of it?
Love to.
There it is. There I am, right up in the North Tower. The ceiling was all painted blue. Not like peacock feathers, lined with gold. And mirrors in the most unusual places. Thank you. Would you reserve 2 places for lunch, please? That is, if you'd care to have it with me.
If I'm still alive. Well, here we go. Once more into the breach.
Try to make it for the first sitting, please.
Certainly, madam.
Thank
It's a
you.
very moot point. There's nothing moot about it. The fellow simply was not out. If it hadn't been for that mistake of the umpires, he'd be batting still.
I'm sorry, I do not understand.
Look,
Boy.
I'll show you. I saw it. I saw the whole thing. Look. Here's Hutton on the wicket. There's the umpire, Constantine bowling. Round the wicket, Shalimar, Headley, Seeley, Captain.
Oh, dear, he's forgot the sugar.
Bowling's on the guesswork set. Therefore, the light was on his right.
Right? Constantine bowling.
Would you pass the sugar, please? May I trouble you for the sugar?
Sure.
If you'd be kind enough to pass the sugar. Thank you very much.
Don't mention it.
Los, wir müssen uns beeilen.
I think I'll take a nap, too. It's a very good idea. Come go out with your nice fur coat. It's lovely and soft, isn't it?
It is soft, isn't it?
Yes. I was given a squirrel coat once by a woman I worked for when I was a nursemaid, but it was always getting caught in my bicycle wheel. Now, you have a good sleep, and then I'll wake you up in time for a good hot lunch.
Excuse me. The lady who was sitting there, the English lady, do you know where she went?
There has been no English lady here.
Excuse me?
I said there has been no English lady here. You had perhaps a dream.
No, it wasn't a dream. I'm talking about the lady who was sitting right there. We went to the dining car together and then we came back. You remember you gave her the chocolate.
Ich verstehe nicht.
You are, I think, still half asleep. You went and came back alone.
You don't understand. I'm talking about the lady. The English lady in the brown hat. I was feeling ill and she took care of me. Then we went to the dining car. She had tea and I had whiskey.
You were drinking whiskey? That, no doubt, is what is making you confused.
If this is some kind of practical joke, I find it very unfunny. Waiter.
Yes, madam?
You're the waiter that served me, right?
Yes, madam.
Okay. You remember the lady I was with? The lady in the brown hat. Have you seen her again?
But madam was alone.
Don't be absurd. Of course I wasn't alone. She gave you a pack of tea. Something horrible called Harriman's Herbal. A million Mexicans drink it. You must remember that.
There was no tea, madam. Just a whiskey and soda. A large whiskey and soda.
Not only that, she paid the check.
I'm sorry, madam, but it was you who paid. I have the bill right here, if madam would care to look at it.
Never mind. I'll find it myself. I'm terribly sorry to disturb you.
Ah, my dear Mrs. Kelly, which I presume still is your name, unless, of course, you've gotten married again since boarding the train.
You're a swine, you know.
You know
an
Miss
absolute
Rose
swine.
Flood Porter and Mrs.
A complete
Barnes?
and
And
utter
surely you remember
swine.
the kind Dr. Hartz who came to your aid last night.
Why didn't you tell me I still had that mustache painted on?
Because my mother always taught me it was bad manners to make personal remarks. And if, hey, lady, don't look now, but your mustache is showing, isn't a personal remark, I've never heard a personal remark. I'll leave it to Dr. Hartz.
Now,
Dr.
please,
Hartz.
please, please. I'm delighted to see you looking so well, Mrs. Kelly. No trouble with the head.
Clearly just the usual.
There's a woman missing on this train. I saw her. And now people keep saying she was never there.
Lovely weather we're having for the journey, aren't we? Really lovely.
Oh.
Really very lovely. Actually, quite warm.
Yes.
Not unpleasantly so, though. I find it very pleasant indeed. Very, very pleasant.
Look, if you people want to sit around here talking about the weather like a bunch of creeps, go ahead.
That knock on the head last night, I wonder if it has affected her.
Imbibes, does she?
Drinks like a fish. Blind as a hoot owl. Drunk as a skunk.
Disgraceful.
Mrs. Kelly.
Oh, go away.
Hold
Leave me
on a minute.
alone.
Look, just take it easy.
Will you let go of me, please?
You're hysterical. You're absolutely hysterical.
Mrs. Kelly, may I ask, what exactly was troubling you just now?
It's Miss Froy.
Who?
This very sweet English lady who was in the compartment with me.
Yes.
We went and had tea. Well, she had tea. Something horrible called Harriman's Herbal. 1 million Mexicans drink it. I very sensibly had a large whiskey and soda.
Oh.
Anyway, we came back to the compartment, and I went to sleep.
Passed out.
Shut up, swine. And when I woke up, she was gone. And now, everybody says she was never there, that she never existed. Even the waiter who brought her tea. Even he says that he never saw her. Now, are they all crazy, or am I crazy, or what?
Why don't we go and have another talk with them? Perhaps it's just a misunderstanding. You know, something to do with the language. Come with me.
It's that one. There she is. She speaks English as well as I do, so go in there and tell her you're a doctor and that I'm not going to take any more of this.
Please forgive me. There seems to have been a misunderstanding.
Misunderstanding?
Permit me to introduce myself. My name is Dr. Hartz, Dr. Egon Hartz.
Dr. Hartz, I'm the Baroness Kisling.
I'm honored, Baroness. May I present my American friends, Mrs. Kelly and Mr. Condon, a famous American newspaper man. The Baroness Kiesling.
A great pleasure. Mrs. Kelly and I are traveling together, though we had not been formally introduced. And now, this misunderstanding.
The English lady, the one who was sitting right there. The one you said you never saw.
I say I did not see her because I did not see her. And I did not see her because she was never here.
What about these other lovely people?
My servants and their daughter. Ask them if you like. She speaks no English.
Sagen Sie, können Sie sich an eine englische Dame hier erinnern? Mrs. Kelly behauptet, sie wäre gegenüber einer englischen Dame gesessen, die dann plötzlich verschwand.
Nein.
Did your Mrs. Froy have a bag or something?
Yes, a great big leather one. She kept it right up. There. Okay. Well, listen. A lot of other people saw her, too. There's 2 grumpy Englishmen in the dining car, and those other 2 down there, and I'm going to talk to them.
Please forgive us.
I'm terribly sorry to disturb you. Remember the English lady who fell into your compartment a little while ago?
An English lady?
Yes.
Fell into my compartment? No. No, I'm afraid not.
Come on, I know you both saw her.
I'm sorry, this is really a little preposterous. The answer is no. Would you excuse me?
That rat. I'm gonna find Miss Froy if I have to stop this train.
But what about the Englishmen, those 2 guys in the dining car?
That Englishman.
You there, Collier? It's Charters here. Can I come in?
What is it, old man?
It's that American girl again. She's creating a devil of a fuss out here, says she's lost a friend.
Well, she's not in here with me, old man.
No. She's threatening to stop the train. If she stops the train, then we miss our connection bar.
This is serious, Charles.
That's him! That's him! That's him! That's him!
Hold on a minute, please. I'm sorry to bother you, but I was wondering if you could help us.
Help you?
Yes.
I was having tea about an hour ago with an English lady. You saw her, didn't you?
Did I? I don't know. I was in conversation with my friend here, wasn't I?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, but you were sitting at the next table playing some game. She turned and borrowed the sugar. You have to remember.
I recall passing the sugar.
Then you saw her.
I repeat, I was in deep conversation. We were discussing cricket.
I don't understand how a dumb game like cricket can make you forget seeing somebody.
Oh, you don't?
No.
Well, if that's your attitude, there's nothing further to be said. Excuse me. Excuse me. Dumb game like cricket. Typical.
But you saw her. I know you did.
Mrs. Kelly.
But they saw her. There must be some explanation.
Mrs. Kelly, please don't misunderstand me. I'm not a teetotaler myself. I do, in fact, on occasions adore a drop of champagne, even for breakfast. But would you mind telling me how much you've had to
You think I'm
fix it?
drunk? I'm not even a little bit drunk. You want to see me walk a straight line? Watch. See?
Are you all right?
Yes.
Why are we slowing down?
I don't know. What is it?
An accident of some kind. Every holiday it is like this. Last April, I was in Cloisters for spring skiing. First day, a girl went headfirst into a tree. I spent 3 weeks operating on her. In the end, I saved her face and ruined my holiday.
Well, I hope she was very rich and you charged her a fortune.
She was, and I did. But as it turned out, she was having an affair with a skiing instructor. The husband found out and refused to pay my bill. The whole thing is a terrible story.
Look, we're stopping. You watch that side, I'll watch this side. Make sure she doesn't get off.
Was ist los? Was ist geschehen?
There goes the trainmaster. In a moment, they'll all be shouting, is there a doctor on the train?
Wir suchen einen Mord!
Oh, I wish I could imitate your Miss Froy and vanish.
But somebody could be badly hurt.
Yes, of course, you're right. Excuse me. Here we go again.
See anything?
Nothing yet.
That Dr. Hart's, he's really very sweet, even if he did almost call me an alcoholic.
Why don't you marry him?
Shut up.
Well, every young girl should marry a doctor at least once.
And watch. Swine.
I was right, an automobile accident, the face. Luckily, there's an excellent hospital in Müllenbach. I can operate there. Oh, God, please, this time, no amateur skiing instructor, only a very rich husband.
Not one old lady did I see.
Me either. But that means she's still on this train.
You don't give up, do you?
Why did you lie to those people?
Lie? What will lie? I just didn't want to get involved in some sort of inquiry.
Inquiry?
Well, that dreadful American girl's capable of anything. Some idiot woman has disappeared, and I'd seen her. We'd both be called as witnesses.
So?
But it might be just a little bit difficult to explain what we're doing larking about in a railway carriage in Bavaria. When your husband thinks that you're cruising in the Mediterranean with your cousins, and my wife is under the impression that I'm on confidential business for the Prime Minister in Paris.
Larking about? Is that what we're doing?
Under the improbable name of Todd Hunter. I always thought it was a ridiculous name.
Oh, I think Todd Hunter's a very sweet name. We had an Airedale named Todd Hunter.
Yes, I'm sure, my darling. Look, the last thing we want is some sort of scandal, isn't it?
Is that the last thing we want?
Yes. Yes, it is.
Oh.
You don't believe me because I'm a girl. But if it wasn't for me, Miss Freud could be in a concentration camp somewhere.
Concentration camp. Well, we've heard of concentration camps, haven't we?
Of course I've heard of concentration camps.
Good heavens, this is a great moment for history. The social conscience meets the social register.
Excuse me. Excuse me. You know that lady you were looking for?
Yes?
I saw her.
You did?
Yes. She was wearing tweeds, green tweeds.
Yes.
Yes, and a brown hat.
With a feather.
That's right. I saw her with you and she stumbled into our compartment.
Your husband said he hadn't seen her.
Yes, I know he didn't notice, but after you'd gone, I thought about it and I remembered it quite clearly.
I'll be damned. You actually did see her?
Yes.
Would you be willing to make a statement?
Yes.
See? See, Demi, I was right. Now let's find that Nazi creep and tell him this train's got to be searched.
War der zu pünktlich?
And I told them that we saw that lady who stumbled into our carriage.
Have you taken leave of your senses?
Oh, darling, look. If there's a scandal, there's a scandal. We'll weather it together. And then, after the divorces, we can...
My dear Laura, once again, you seem to have missed the point. If there is a scandal, the good Major will divorce you. I've no doubt about that, but Iris will never divorce me. She wouldn't want it. I wouldn't want it. When two considerable fortunes are intertwined, marriage becomes a very sacred thing, you know. Very, very sacred. No, my dear, you stick to the Major. He's a poor thing, but he's all you've got. And frankly, without him, life could be very difficult for you.
What is he saying? Why does he talk in English like everybody else?
Well, he's taking the position that it's impossible for a lady to vanish from a moving train.
I don't care if it's impossible or not. I want this train searched.
Hello.
Da sind sie ja. Ich habe sie schon überall
What is it?
gesucht.
What is she saying?
Well, she says they've been looking all over for you, that your friend has come back.
Come back? Miss Freud's come back?
That's what she said. Why would a kid lie about a thing like that? Gesundheit.
Dankeschön, Dankeschön.
See, there really is a Miss Freud. She didn't vanish.
Maybe she just tried to escape.
From what?
From you.
Me? Why me?
The madcap Aris can be a pain in the neck.
There she is.
You think she'd mind if I ask her for her autograph?
This isn't Miss Freud.
Excuse me. Excuse me. I know this sounds idiotic, but are you Miss Freud?
Miss Freud? Nein. I'm Frau Kummer.
I've never seen this woman before in my life.
I assisted you when you were unwell, and then when you slept, I went to another car to visit friends.
When Mrs. Kelly awakened, she kept asking for some English lady. I did not connect her with my friend Frau Kummer.
Well, these are sage green tweeds, are they not?
Yes.
And that is a hat with a feather and a pin that's like a horseshoe?
Everything's the same, but it isn't her.
The poor child is surely distressed. Perhaps your doctor friend could give her a sedative.
I'm not distrait, and I do not need a sedative.
Listen, I can work this all out. There's an English woman on the train who claims to have seen you earlier. As a great favor, madame, could you come with us just for a minute?
I will come.
Oh, hello. Please forgive me for bothering you again like this, but I'd like to ask your wife. Hello. I'm sorry, but could you tell us, please, is this the woman you said you saw, the one that fell into the compartment?
She's not even a little bit like her, is she?
Yes, this is the woman.
Are you absolutely sure?
Yes, perfectly.
She isn't. She isn't.
Will that be all?
Yes, thank you very much, and please forgive us for troubling you.
May I?
She's lying. They're all lying. But why? Why? Why?
You know, I've been hit over the head a couple of times myself. Once in Spain, I got too close to a grenade, and when I woke up, Ernest Hemingway and I were in a poker game with Karl Marx and Jean Harlow. With a...
Stop treating me like a child. If you really wanted to help, you'd buy me a drink.
Don't you?
No, I don't. And furthermore, what I don't need is another nanny.
Really?
Really?
Then why did you dream one up?
I didn't.
Well, that's what you did.
I didn't.
Look, suddenly your friends aren't there. You find yourself in a country where you don't speak the language. You're a little lonely, a little scared. So you go to sleep in the compartment and you dream of a nice, comforting British nanny who's going to take care of you.
Now I would like a nice double whiskey with another double whiskey as a chaser.
Waiter.
Coming, sir.
4 double whiskeys, please.
The same for me, please.
Very good, madam.
What did you mean, scared?
Scared?
Before you said I was scared.
Well, I just thought under all that madcap era stuff.
Maybe you're right. Maybe I am. Not scared exactly. But a little nervous. I mean, I'll be 30 soon. And I'll have to get married and settle down.
Well, I thought you were getting married in London on Friday.
I am, but that's just Rupert. I'm a suds. You know Rupert.
No, actually, I don't.
You're not missing a thing.
Why are you marrying him?
For money. I always marry for money.
Are you trying to tell me that you married all of those assorted people just for money?
Mm-hmm.
How could you?
Where there's a will, there's a way. And in this case, the will was my grandfather's. When I got kicked out of Brearley for smoking in the John and writing obscenities on the blackboard, actually, I didn't know any obscenities to write then. All I could think of to write was Miss Farnham was a big cheese.
Miss Farnham is a big cheese.
To Miss Farnham. Well, Grandfather started to get nervous. So to encourage me to settle down, he changed his will so that I'd get $1 million when I got married. Well, Mommy and Daddy were divorced, and they had me on this minuscule allowance. So when I met Midvani one night at El Morocco, I said, why don't we get married and we can split the $1 million?
This is the worst, most heartbreaking story I have ever heard in my life.
Actually, it turned out very nicely. Better for me than Midvani. He, poor darling, had to split his half with his boyfriend.
With his boyfriend?
The marriage was annulled, of course, a month later. But the great thing was, you see, Grandfather never said I could only get married once. Cool $1 million every time.
So you never actually had any relations with Midvani?
Relations? He wouldn't let me pick out the fabric for the maid's room.
And what about von Hofstadter?
I was wiser by then. In many ways, quite a mature person. Hoffy only got 100,000.
You mean to say you never,
Have you ever seen von Hofstadter?
No. And Kelly, what about Kelly?
He was Daddy's chauffeur. He was a little different.
Oh, in what way was he different?
I don't know. I just said to myself, oh, suds, it's perfectly ridiculous to have been married 3 times and still be a...
So you gave yourself to him?
Body and soul. I loved every minute of it. All 3 of them. What I didn't know was he already had a wife in Perth Amboy, New Jersey.
Really?
He's just lucky he didn't go to jail. Apparently, they make a terrible fuss about bigamy, especially in places like Perth Amboy, New Jersey. In the end, he was really very sweet. Wouldn't take a cent.
Lovely. And Rupert on Friday, how much is his payoff?
Well, Rupert held out for 50-50. But of course, he's English and terribly poor, and I do get to keep on using the title even after the divorce, so I said, what the hell, it's only money.
What the hell, it's only money.
My God, look. There it is.
What?
There on the window.
I don't see any.
There! Miss Froy! Froy, on the window. Miss Froy! It's gone. But you must have seen it. You must have.
Seen what?
Her name. She wrote it on the window after giving the waiter her tea. Harriman's Herbal. 1 million Mexicans drink it. You think I could dream something like that?
I knew it wasn't a good idea to order alcohol on top of your concussion. Now, if you'll just...
No, I won't just. Miss Froy is still on this train, and we've got to find her. Well, don't just sit there like a dummy. Do something. Well, if you won't, I will. I'm gonna stop this train. Listen, everybody! There's a woman missing on this train. Miss Froy. They're hiding her somewhere. God knows what they're doing to her. I appeal to you. Help me find her. Please, help me find her.
This is a form of neurosis. There's nothing to be embarrassed about being neurotic. Everybody's neurotic. But luckily for us, Sigmund Freud just moved to London. I'm sure he'll be very amused by your standing here.
Aussteigen!
So's your old man.
Next stop, out of the train. Ich sage das.
Look, I think they're going to kick you off at the next stop.
Mr. Condon, we shall arrive in Millenbach in half an hour. I shall be getting off there with my patient. If you could persuade Mrs. Kelly to come with me, she could spend the night in a private ward.
Forget it, Doc. Nobody's gonna persuade me to do anything. Now, I wish you'd all just go away and leave me alone.
Why don't you come back to my compartment with me?
Will you please just get lost?
Aber ich habe gesagt, dass Sie müssen aussteigen.
In Ordnung. Wir übernehmen die Verantwortung. Gehen Sie.
Jawohl, Herr Doktor.
We'll get some strudel.
The poor child is exhausted. Why do not let her rest? I will make certain she is all right.
What do you think, Doctor?
I think I will say goodbye now.
Goodbye?
Goodbye, Mr. Condon, and good luck.
Well, I'm booked all the way through to London, so I'll make sure she's delivered to her bridegroom in one piece.
Very well.
And thank you for everything.
Don't mention it. Bye, Mrs. Kelly.
Goodbye.
Are you sure you don't mind?
I'm sure.
Watch out for yourself, Buster. Watch out. Okay, Baroness. Now we can talk.
Talk?
You're obviously a very intelligent person, right? And you know we both saw Miss Freud, right? Which means you have some very intelligent reason for saying you didn't see her. I don't understand why you're being so mysterious. Okay. You won't talk.
Ten minutes late, thanks to that fool of a girl.
You couldn't put it to her in some way.
What?
Well, people don't just vanish and so forth.
She has.
What?
Vanished.
Who?
That nanny person.
Yes.
Well?
But I mean, how could she?
What?
Vanish?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's my point, exactly. I mean, people don't just disappear into thin air.
Oh, nonsense. Done every day in India.
What?
Rope trick.
Oh, that.
Hans, mach das Fenster auf.
Jawohl, Baroness.
Some time before I can endure one again.
I've ordered a nice cutlet of salmon and a small leg of lamb. Peas, if possible.
What the weather's been like.
Well, at least the leaves won't have fallen. I hate the leaves.
Sort of pretty. Still, when they're burning, the smell is beautiful.
Living beyond my emotional means. That's very good. Look, there I was sitting in my compartment, minding my own business, when the darndest thing happened.
What?
Some rubbish they threw out of the kitchen hit the window. And there, plastered on the glass before my eyes, was a label. A tea label. Harriman's Herbal.
Harriman's Herbal?
Quite a gaudy design in 4, maybe 5 different colors. Well, with that, a strange thought crossed my mind.
A thought crossed your mind. An actual thought. Do tell!
My God, I thought maybe that beautiful, crazy girl with the wild body and no brassiere is right. Maybe there is a Miss Freud. And if there is a Miss Freud, we better find her pretty quick.
That was quite a thought.
I thought so.
Of course, it would have been nice if you thought it a couple hours ago. Come on, let's go look! Miss Freud! Nice, bossy, nice, bossy. You go back to sleep now. That's a nice cow.
Well, I guess that's about that. You've looked everywhere.
Look! They're Miss Froy's and they're broken. Must have been a struggle. Besides, that poor woman.
The eyeglasses. There's a copy of the Baroness. I will take some bitter.
Bitte, 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 Schmitter, be gesund.
Bitte Schmitter, that's German, isn't it?
Oh, lady, you got the wrong number. Okay, Buster, now just let go. You just let...
Bobbin!
No, that was really very daunting. I hit him with my best shot and he doesn't even blink. And the movie's a shot like that and he sounds like a tray of dishes.
Devin! Let their fists in it run around as high as hers or can't like ass. I learned that boarding school. The Indian burn! The Indian burn! Take his person like this, and you twist as high as you can. It's Texan. You're supposed to paralyze some kind of...
You're obviously a lot better at this than I am. Why don't you fight him and I'll jump up and down and give advice?
That was really very well done.
Thank you very much.
Of course, where would you have been without the Dutch rub and the Indian burn?
That's true. You know something?
What?
You have very nice legs.
I beg your pardon?
I was just remarking. You have very nice legs.
In what sense?
In the sense of them being well-formed. Shapely.
Shapely?
I hadn't noticed before because of the long dress. So there really is a Miss Froy, eh?
That nice little man out there did try to kill you.
So it would seem. So it would seem.
And those nice little people in the compartment did try to shove me out the window. But why are they doing it? What do they want?
How do I know what they want? Love, money, power, immortality. What does anybody want?
Would you please be serious?
Serious? Look at my hands. They're shaking. I'm literally trembling with fright. Okay. Time to start choosing up sides. If there really is a conspiracy, we better figure out who's in on it and who isn't.
As far as I know, the whole train's in on it. Except maybe you and Dr. Hartz.
Dr. Hartz. Right. Come on. Let's start collecting our forces.
Dr. Hartz is just lucky I didn't go to his hospital. I wouldn't have paid him. And if he'd been dumb enough to send the bill to Kelly, well, tough. Kelly doesn't have a dumping. Well, he's not there. I wonder if we should go look
Wait
at
a
the
minute.
dining room.
I got a wild idea. What if that patient in there is Miss Froy?
That's impossible. The patient didn't even come on the train until after Miss Froy disappeared, dummy.
No, wait, look, I refuse to be demoted back to dummy.
Listen, did you notice anything funny about the nun?
No.
I don't think she's a real nun at all. I mean, they're not supposed to wear high heels, are they?
High heels. High heels. You're right. Actually, she's got great legs, lovely calves.
Legs again. You really have some kind of fetish.
Listen, try to think carefully. Did you actually see Mrs. Cummer get on the train?
No.
Okay, now suppose, just suppose, they decoyed Miss Froy to the baggage car, and at the first stop, the patient came on the train, and the patient is Mrs. Cummer. Then Mrs. Cummer becomes Miss Froy, and Miss Froy becomes that thing in there.
But why would they want to kidnap a sweet, harmless English nanny?
Well, maybe she's not a sweet, harmless English nanny. This is Nazi Germany, kiddo. War's gonna break out in about 20 minutes. Maybe she's a sweet, harmless English spy.
A spy. How exciting. Excuse me. Do you speak speak English?
May we take a look at your patient, bitte? We think that she is an Englishwoman named Miss Freud. Schwester, sister, sit down, relax. Just relax. Just...
Listen, Doc.
Oh, hello there. Were you
We
looking
now
for me?
have, yes, absolute proof that Miss Froy is on this train.
Miss Freud. Oh, the vanishing English lady.
Doctor, you'll never believe this, but Nut Stuff here is right. There really is a Miss Freud.
Yes, and Albert Einstein here thinks that your patient is our Miss Froy.
My darling children, what are you trying to do to me? You can't be serious.
Well, I don't know. It seemed a possibility.
Doc, how about it? Let us have one little peek. If it's not Miss Froy, okay, you win and we'll get out of your hair.
You're asking me to remove the bandages?
No, not the whole business. Just enough so we can have one teeny tiny peek. Just so we can see the face.
But there is no face, please. There is no face. That is why I'm getting off at Müllenbach. I must operate as soon as possible. I want to take the blood pressure again, please.
Have you looked under there yourself, Doctor?
No, of course not. The bandages can only be removed in a hospital. Sterile conditions.
Yes, but one little tiny...
Please, look. If there is a mystery of some kind, I want to get to the bottom of it as much as you do. There is an empty compartment next door. Could you wait for me in there? I'll join you in a moment.
All right, but please, hurry.
Of course.
Right next door?
Just here. Do you think you could possibly refrain from smoking until we are safely off this train?
I'm sorry, I'm very nervous.
I'm nervous, too. There's no point in our both being nervous at the same time. It's a foolish duplication of effort. I think the time has come to use this. Order some drinks.
I hope for both our sakes that you and Catherine know what you're doing.
Yes. Try to relax. In 15 minutes, it will all be over.
You got a cigarette?
Want to smoke my pipe?
No. Tell me, really, what is this? A practical joke of some kind? You're both very young, very attractive.
Can we talk about the nun, Doctor? The one looking after your patient. What do you know about her?
Know about her? Well, nothing. I was told she's from a convent close to where the accident occurred.
Don't you think it's funny that she's wearing sexy shoes with very high heels?
She is?
She is.
She is.
I must be getting old. I didn't notice.
She can't be a real nun. It's a conspiracy. That's all it can be. All these people on the train say they haven't seen Miss Froy. We know they have. We found her glasses in the baggage car. They were broken.
I can't... This is all too fantastic. Would you care for a drink? I need one.
Yes. But Doc...
No, please, remain seated. I've got a bottle right next door. I won't be long.
Dr. Hartz is the one who's an alcoholic.
For you.
And I have a theory about the nun. I think she's his girlfriend, and they're trying to run off together.
Yeah, she's probably a madcap German heiress who's run away from...
In spite of what you've been telling me, cheers. I stole a look at the nun's shoes. They seemed perfectly all right to me. Now, I must say, you've both added a certain excitement to what would otherwise have been a rather depressing journey. Now, in the beginning, I assumed it was Mrs. Kelly's imagination, but now even you seem to believe in a conspiracy?
Doctor, against the word of one demonstrably crazy American girl, we have a waiter who denies serving the tea, while waiters can be bribed. And the Baroness.
The Baroness. She's a Nazi if I ever saw one. I think she's head of the whole thing. She tried to push me out the window.
Yeah, and the guy working for her actually tried to kill me.
You do believe us, don't you?
I'm very sorry to say so, but yes. Yes, I do believe you. The patient is Miss Freud.
How do you know? What's going on?
In a rightly ordered world, Mrs. Kelly, things like this would not be necessary, but the world is not a rightly ordered place.
What are you talking about?
Miss Freud will leave this train at Müllenbach and quietly disappear.
No, she won't. Not quietly. I'll make such an almighty stink when I get back to England, you'll never hear the end of it.
With respect, Mrs. Kelly, nobody believes you now. Nobody will believe you later.
I believe her.
Did you actually see Miss Froy?
How can somebody who seems so nice suddenly be so awful?
I'm doing now what I must do, but with great regret, believe me. I suggest you sit down. Sit down. The drinks you just had should be taking effect in a moment.
What?
They contained a quantity of hydrocin. That's a new drug which has the effect, in small quantities, of paralyzing the brain and rendering the victim unconscious for a considerable time. Don't move. The trainmaster has been told that you're trying to interfere with my patient, and that under no circumstances are you to leave this compartment. He would kill you without the slightest hesitation. I must say goodbye. If we should meet again, I hope it'll be under happier circumstances.
Boys, we're gonna die!
No, we are not going to die. We have not been poisoned. We've simply been drugged. No, please. There's a lady next door is about to be murdered. We've got to do something before the drug gets back. Just keep moving. That's right. Just keep moving. Keep moving. Do exercises. Touch your toes. I'll be right back.
You're not even... Don't leave me!
No. Listen to me. You are not going to die. We've just been drugged. Now take a nap, and I'll be right back. Oh boy, I'm not cut out for this hero stuff.
Dankeschön. Danke. Oh, danke. Wunderbar. Oh, gesinnte ein Cup. Dankeschön.
Thank you very much. You don't have, I forget the word, aspirin. You don't have a couple of aspirin, do you? I have this headache. My hands are trembling with sheer terror. Look at them. And I think I'm going to suffer a major cardiac arrest. And oh, yes, I've been drugged.
No.
Actually, never mind. Forget the whole thing. I'm beyond aspirin.
You have not been drugged. I put nothing in your drink.
You speak English? I'm sorry. Of course you speak English. I just heard you. Unless you memorized, you have not been drugged. I put nothing in your drink from your 200 useful English phrases booklet.
You're standing here, quite literally gibbering.
Right. That's what I'm doing. I'm gibbering. I just fought this huge person and climbed outside the train and hung in the little tunnel. I have every right to gibber.
There's no time if this poor woman's life is to be saved.
Miss Froy, are you all right? Where's Dr. Hartz?
Back there, I suppose, making the final arrangements with his aunt, the Baroness.
The Baroness is his aunt?
Yes, and I'm his wife.
Oh, I'm not surprised. I'm sure there's a very simple, logical explanation for all of this. You're a bunch of Nazis, Miss...
No, of course not. Egon's family, they're all frightened. If it is discovered that there's an anti-Nazi among them, do you know what is going...
Concentration camps for one and all.
No. Yes. I don't know. Would you please let me do this?
Miss Froy, are you all right?
Yes, I'm quite all right. Oh, but it is nice to see a friendly face.
Get up.
That woman is wearing my clothes.
There's one mighty mean-looking Nazi sitting out there, but I could probably take him.
What are you doing?
I'm checking my pulse.
Use this.
Oh, sure.
Kommen Sie schnell her. Ich muss mit Ihnen sprechen.
Was wünschen Sie?
Now, this is really daunting. I keep hitting people over the head with my best shot, and they don't even blink. Oh, that'll teach you. He's good thinking. Okay. Let's get out of here right away.
never really believed we would make it.
I'm not going with you.
What are you talking about?
I agreed to help you with this because I loved you. I still do. But Egon, why are we doing this?
You know perfectly well why.
Oh, this talk about the general being a traitor and betraying the family honor. You're all terrified the Nazis will confiscate your land, your money. You would even support Hitler to protect these things, but I can't do it.
Stop being ridiculous.
Come with me now. We can be together. We can be happy. I married a wonderful, courageous doctor, not a murderer. Please, Egon.
Egon, I think it's time. What is it?
Bahnhof Muhlenbach! Bahnhof Muhlenbach! Kurzer Aufenthalt! Oh, der Schnellzug nach Basel fährt in Kürze gleich. Bahnhof Muhlenbach! Bahnhof Muhlenbach! Kurzer Aufenthalt!
Egon!
Also bitte, vorsichtig, ja?
They've got the stretcher off the tram. Here's the Baroness. The sweet doctor. The nun. It looks like we're gonna get away with it.
What's the matter? What is it?
We must go at once. We must move.
Open the bandages. Open the bandages.
What are they waiting for? Why don't they start the train?
You know the Germans, it's verboten to leave the station until somebody gets somebody else to sign something that doesn't really mean anything in triplicate.
Where is she? Where is she? You fool! Plunderer! Sie! Ich muss unbedingt den Vorsteher sprechen. Bitte folgen Sie mir.
Können nicht lesen, Eintritt verboten.
Alles klar.
What is going on?
Berger, kochen Sie die ersten beiden Wagen ab. Ersten beiden Wagen abgucken. Mithelfen Sie.
Die Wagen müssen sofort und unauffällig auf den Todesgleis geschoben werden. Sie sind voll mit Ausländern. Reden Sie nicht, tun Sie was!
Stellwagen.
Stumpfgleis 3.
Ich bin ein Offizier der SS.
Endlich, was Ihnen tun.
Aber das ist gefährlich. Jawohl, zu Befehl.
The ambulance has started. There it goes. Miss Froy?
Miss Froy! Are you all right?
Are you all right?
Oh, yes. Oh, do forgive me. Though this reminds me of a style party we had at Staffordshire House in Gloucestershire. We were playing a game of sardines. And the butler and I were hiding in Lady Beddingston's wardrobe, and we found this bottle of Hague and Hague amongst the shoes.
Miss Froy, we made it.
Yes.
We made it!
Yes. Well, you know what they say. Patience and fortitude got the snail to Jerusalem.
Mr. Gunn,
Mrs. Kelly.
I have a confession to make.
You do?
In spite of your ridiculous hair, I find you strangely attractive. Don't just sit there, dummy. Give me a little kiss, will ya?
And I'll give it right back to you.
Oh, excuse me. Just going to go out of my nose. Right back.
extraordinary thing seems to have happened. We seem to have lost the rest of the train.
I beg your pardon?
Well, I don't quite know how to describe it. It's just, well, the rest of the train, it's just not there.
Oh, my God. They have uncoupled us from the rest of the train. Miss Froy, I think it's about time you told us who you really are and why they're after you.
Condon here thinks you're a spy. If you are, you can trust us. We won't tell a soul.
A spy? Oh, don't be so silly. I'm on my way home to Brighton. To Hove, actually. It's down the coast a bit. Does that mean we're still in Germany?
I guess it does. Do you think there's anybody else left on the train?
Well, there's this car. And the dining car. But there wouldn't be anybody on there now.
It's tea time. I think you'll find that all the English people are there.
There, you see? She's turned up after all.
The lock must have stuck.
Storm the teacup.
Listen to me, ladies and gentlemen, please listen. An attempt has been made to abduct this woman by force.
What's she nothing on about?
If you don't believe me, look outside. They've uncoupled us from the rest of the train.
Uncoupled? Look, they don't abduct people, and they don't uncouple trains. I'm sorry, but you people have made this entire journey unbearable.
Yeah.
What is this nonsense?
Oh, don't be such a drip. Go take a look.
Drip?
Drip.
If this is a practical joke, I warn you, I shan't think it very funny. Good Lord, he's right, Charters.
Uncoupled us? What would they have done with the bags?
Look, there's someone coming.
Good heavens, it's Helmut.
But he appears to be a Nazi.
He is.
Well, they can't do anything to us. We're British.
How do you know him?
He's the eldest son of the family I worked for.
Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to apologize for this delay. I can only assure you that it is a matter of extreme seriousness and that the security of my country is involved.
Speak up.
You have on the train a woman traveling with a British passport under the name of Froy. She is urgently wanted for questioning by the authorities. If Fräulein Froy will come with me now, the train will be rerouted and you will be across the Swiss border in a matter of minutes.
Miss Froy, what is going on?
Oh, there must be some mistake. Helmut's just being silly. He had tea with us in the nursery all the time.
Miss Froy, you should leave the train without further delay. Ladies and gentlemen, you are on German territory. I am making a perfectly legal request. Turn over the woman to me now, or, much as I regret it, we will board the train and take her by force.
You know, I really do think you ought to go with them. There's obviously some sort of misunderstanding. Once they've sorted it out, they'll have you on the next train with their apologies. Probably their blessing.
Hey, he may look like an usher at Radio City Music Hall, but that's an SS uniform he's wearing. Miss Froy is staying right here.
Evelyn, Evelyn, how did we ever get involved in something like this?
I'm overly excited. I haven't had one of these things stick in my hand before.
But I thought you were such a big deal in Spain.
I am a photographer, dear. I do not shoot guns. I take pictures of other people shooting guns.
You have exactly 1 minute to surrender the woman Fry. If you do not, I cannot be responsible for what will happen. Anyone who wishes to leave the train should do so now.
Well? Look, it's quite simple. They just happen to want to talk to you. Now, it would seem sensible to cooperate with the authorities, wouldn't it?
I absolutely agree with you. We are guests in this country.
They're such very odd people.
I got a great idea. Why don't we give Miss Froy to the Nazis? What the hell? It'll save us all a lot of trouble. Mrs. Kelly is getting married in London on Friday. The ladies have ordered dinner at 7:30 on the button. You guys will get to your ball game on time, and I'll have a fabulous picture story for Life magazine. Probably get a great bonus.
I had a nanny once, called Smithers. Used to hang a card around my neck, saying Jeremy kicks. Splendid woman there. Splendid. Well, I better go and give this chap our answer. Senior member and all that, you know. Now, look here. We have no intention at all of handing over Miss whatever her name is to you. So why don't you be a good chap, just clear off? Would you mind a minute? Not all I let. Looks like they mean business.
Well, here's the last straw. We'll never get to the match on time now.
Got any more ammunition?
Just what's left in the gun and these.
Right, pile these chairs up into a barricade. Take refuge behind them.
For God's sake, you're behaving like a pack of fools. Now, look, what chance do you think we've got against a lot of armed men?
Pacifist, eh? That doesn't work, old boy. The early Christians tried that, and they got thrown to the lions.
I'd rather...
Give it to me! Give it to me!
What's the trouble here?
He's got a gun and he won't use it!
Before, I will not be a party to this sort of thing. I just don't believe in violence.
Give it to me! I'm not afraid to use it!
You better give that to me. I once won a box of cigars in a shooting gallery. In actual fact, he's a damn fine shot.
Excuse me, Mr. Condon, would you mind if I talk to you for a minute?
Well, can it possibly wait a minute? There are wicked people out there shooting real bullets at us.
No, I'm afraid it can't. It really can't.
All right, I'll hold the fort.
I just must tell you, I really have to go now.
Go? Go where?
To Switzerland. It's right over there. Thank you for trying to help me. And there is just one more thing you could do. I have a message that I have to deliver to a Mr. Calendar in Whitehall, London.
You're right, she is a spy.
No, I'm not a spy. I'm just acting on the instructions of General von Ryder. That's Helmut's grandfather. There's going to be a war, you know. And the General says that it's vital that this message gets through. So in case something silly happens, would you deliver it for me?
Well, what is it? What's the message?
Well, I have no idea. All I know is that I have to go directly to Mr. Calendar in Whitehall and sing him this song. La 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 la.
She's got off a rocker.
La 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 la.
Have a good time for choir practice.
If we get through this, we'll have to go into vaudeville together, Miss Froy.
Oh, thanks. I won't forget that.
You can't go out there.
C'est la guerre.
Do you think she's all right?
I hope so. She has to be. She's a British nanny. They're indestructible. One left, officer. What we have to do now is get the train started, drive it back to the main line, and then ram it across the frontier.
Well, that's rather a tall order, wouldn't you think? I mean, those driver Johnnies are hardly likely to do as we tell them.
Yeah, well, we'll bluff them with this. Now, who's coming with me?
Me!
No, baby. You stay here. I'll be a good girl and roll some bandages. And with a little luck, we'll get the train back to the station. And you're going to have to jump out, switch the points in the general direction of Switzerland if you can arrange it.
Right here. Come on, let's go.
I'm gonna put a stop to
Dick, she said. Please. Now, could we just be sensible?
Reach for the skies. We're taking over.
They must have hopped it with the rest of them. Can't say I blame them. Have you ever driven one of these things before?
Not since I was a kid.
Good Lord. They've done it.
They started the train! We're going home!
Have you any idea how to stop this contraption?
Well, I imagine it's just a matter of doing the reverse of what I did to get it started.
I expect you're right. The points are just ahead. Where the blazes is Charters?
Time I did my little job of point changing.
Don't be ridiculous. You're wounded.
Was ist denn jetzt wieder los? Er kommt zurück.
Grief! It's that girl! Look, hold it! Not yet!
Wait till we pass!
Hold on to it! That's right, good girl, hang on!
Hold it! Just hold it!
Pull! Towards you!
Pull it towards you! Come on, kiddo! Come on! Come on, I'll pick you up! Come on! Come on, baby, you can make it! Come on, faster! Faster! Come on! Come on, babe! Come on, kiddo!
Well done, Elsie, well done!
Where's that to, sir?
Beautiful place. With any luck, we should be in time for the first edge.
Hitler's message. Read all about it.
No Star and Standard. No Star and Standard. All the likely...
Next year, old man. There's always next year.
If there is a next year.
Quite.
Well, I'll say goodbye then.
Goodbye. I'm sorry about your hanky. I'll have it laundered and sent round.
I've got another one.
Taxi! Evelyn, shouldn't we talk to the station master about the luggage?
Never mind about the luggage. I shall never leave England again as long as I live.
La 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 la, la la, la 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 la, la la la. You mean you changed your mind? You're not going to marry him?
That's right.
But what about the $1 million?
I know it's a real problem. I simply have to marry somebody.
Now, Amanda, I'm perfectly willing to marry you, but taking the $1 million, it's against all my principles. To become a millionaire...
I'm afraid if you want to marry me, you'll have to take the $1 million, too.
Where'd they go, mate?
Whitehall. Now, look.
Silly
If
boy.
I take your $1 million, then you're going to be my boss for the rest of
No,
my
I
life.
don't want to promise.
Well, I just feel very strongly about it. I don't think a man should take any money from his wife. He should earn the money and they should earn it together. I don't believe in dowries or... excuse me, who are we supposed to see?
Calendar.
Mr. Calendar. Mr. Calendar, please.
Would you mind waiting there?
Could you tell him it's very urgent? It's very important.
Okay. Maybe you can break grandfather's will, but Mommy and Daddy tried for years and they can't. You're just gonna have to take the $1 million like it or lump it.
Okay, I lump it.
You lump it.
Yeah, I lump it.
Then let go of me.
I can't.
Why not?
You're holding onto my elbows. Oh, my God. My mind just went blank. I forgot the melody. I forgot the tune. Miss Roy's tune.
The tune.
La, 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 la. La, 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 la,
No.
Da, 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 da. Don't sing it like it.
Dun, 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 dun.
La 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 la, la la la, la 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 la, la la, la 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 la, la
Well, we were sitting outside and the tune went right out of my mind. And then we...
Yes, and when you died in that